Got a news here for now. I'm about to. I'm gonna pull up the points here while this is also waiting for the green flag. Andrew did send that here in a certain. That's next gen. So Andrew, he actually won the first race. That was last week. Hoke is second. Well, really, honestly, two races in, and I don't think there's any need to go over the points. To be honest with you, I think that's unnecessary to a certain extent. Now, when we get a little bit later into it, I think it will be worth it. But you will see the pace car get ready to pull off here. 94 laps. He's got to probably go about 30 laps, 32, 34 to 35 laps on fuel. If I had to guess, these are the Gen 6 cars, so got to keep that in mind. They will behave just a little bit differently than the normal cars would. Paints are still popping in here, as I did give them a paint refresh right before they go green. As the green flag is in the air, we are underway here. Don't make a move too early, Terry. And we got somebody spun off the start already. That is the leader. Got spun off of the nose of the 50. Steve Blevins, and I'm going to put that on the 50 there. That you just dropped the green flag. There is no need to be going to the inside to make a move on a guy that early. So drop the green flag, and we've already got issues. Didn't bring out a caution, though, so I got to keep that in mind. We'll let the camera venture out where we will go. I need to apparently learn to shave, because I always have little bumps, little hairs that are annoying. Be the 3 here, Budweiser car, throwback to Dale Sr. and Dale, or actually, it's not Dale Sr. His real name is just Dale Earnhardt. There's no senior in his name. Throwback to Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jr. with the sponsor Budweiser on top of the car. As in the wall, his car back there as it comes down into each other. Looks like they both keep it straight as we keep on going. This is a throwback to the 41 and the 42. This is really a Kyle Larson throwback more than anything. You see on the 92 there. I remember 2014, I believe. That's when Kyle Larson, he was actually at a Target in Bristol, Virginia, signing autographs. I was not a fan of Larson at the time. I was still a Gordon fan. I grew up a Gordon fan. So I didn't really care. I was also like 11 at the time, so I would have had to rely on my parents to go get me a signature. So that is a nice paint scheme that the 7's running, though. I do like kind of a mash of colors. See the one, oh, that's not the 101. Is that the 196? I can't see who that is in front of the 196, because no, it is. It's Brian LaPratt, who it is up there in that high line. Everybody that was basically falling down into this low line. See the 69. He's just gonna kind of ride around here, and he's probably content with where he is. I really wouldn't think he'd be trying to pass notifications. I wouldn't think he'd be trying to pass or anything like that. I think the 50 is, yeah, dug himself a really deep hole. See Barry Nelson. Neo Nism Games? Is that what that says? I believe up on the front of that car. Probably a Facebook page or something like that. Neon. Yeah, Neonism? I can't speak. I don't know. I don't know how to say that name. We'll figure it out sooner or later. Everybody's going to be basically following the bottom. And most guys are staying in the high line that are in there, and then some are ducking out to the bottom. I'd prefer to duck down to the bottom. And you see the 85, or yes, that is the 85 of Davis Shively. That's a throwback to Bill Elliott. And I actually have a story about Bill Elliott at Talladega. He went, how many laps down did he go? Let me look this up. It was in 1985, as they're going 3 wide here, so we will stop that for just a second. That middle lane is backing up quickly. And 98 has no help behind him, and he is dropping fast. There's Andrew Teft. I don't know if he got shucked out or what. As I was looking up that information, as the 196 will put himself in the wall. These guys are going to get testy up here. They may wreck each other in a second. So we'll hold that thought. They are 3 wide. Not really formed up, though, in that third line. I think that was more just a panic than anything else. 17 tried to come down in front of that 48, just couldn't close the door in time. So close jumping down in front of him. What that 48 can do coming off the corner. He will be able to sniff a draft there from the 8. Hopefully the 17 will go with him to give him a shove. But back to what I was saying about Bill Elliott. It was in 1985, the Winston 500 at Talladega. He went 2 laps down because he had a ruptured oil line. The team fixed it, and he made up those 2 laps under green, and then he also won the race. I don't think people understand how much faster he was going than everybody else to win that race, but that was ridiculous. That was just straight up stupid how fast he was going. People need to really understand how much quicker he was. Under green, by himself, made up that time. See Haas Beverly up here. That middle lane scattering again around this 196. Nelson's trying to find a way down. He just cannot find one at all to save his life. He'll be stuck in the middle again. This middle lane's, we're making some moves up front now. Got that 11. Andrews giving him a shove. Bottom line's not staying completely together either. Got 11. Get back up here. Oh, no, we got somebody blinking. That's the 41. That is not what you want to see if you're the 41. The 98. 7's trying to give that 98 a shove, but they've kind of stalled out now. They are running flat out still. Got guys hitting 200 in the back of the pack. Fastest. There's no way that's correct. In fact, the top speed we have for this race was Dumoulin, who has hit 216. I do not know if that's correct or not. That sounds like it's wrong. I know these are the newer Gen 6s. When I say that, is most people, I think when they think Gen 6, they think about, you know, the cars that had big spoilers and all this other stuff. But if this was older Gen 6, you know, before they started limiting the horsepower, this is, you know, the 2014 best year ever in NASCAR besides Brad Keselowski and Jeff Gordon. I was a Gordon fan. I have flashbacks every time I think about that race at Texas. Gordon had that race won, and then caution came out. And yeah, and then he missed the playoff. I mean, he missed the Final Four by 1 point. And then he won the pole at Homestead. So, yeah. But, no, I think up to 2017, they didn't start really limiting these cars. And I think it was, actually, I watched a video of Kurt Busch. He hit 216 on the back stretch, no, front stretch at Michigan. So it's not unheard of for these cars to hit it, but especially at this track, they're going to be running the low horsepower, high downforce package. So I don't think they actually hit 216. I think that's an error on the side of SDK telling me something completely wrong. But who knows? I could be wrong. Or I could be right. One of the two. I don't know. This guy's still staying green. Those Andrew's got a huge shove here. Trying to get Davis up front. And he's done it so far. He's got him to the outside row. They're going to be running up on a lap car here. See where this lap car stays. If he stays low or stays high, that's going to make a big factor. He will stay up and out of the way, but he will not be a factor at all, actually. Never mind. 13 laps in. Top line has taken the almost said pole, has taken the lead now. As that 11's not quite clear and tried to come down in front of the field. And here's the big one. Here we go. Oh, my Lord. And, yep, this is the big one here. 13 laps in. Sliding to a stop. That was a bad move there from the 11 of Blake Davis. So we'll look kind of the chase view here if I can. There he is. Yeah, he's new to iRacing, so I don't know if he has a spotter on. But 50 or the 26, he's there the whole way. He never was not there, and he just comes down right in front of him. Actually saves the car, and then gets almost wrecked again. He doesn't get put in the wall. That's lucky for him. But you see, it's on from there. We'll go. Where does it really stack up, though? It really stacks up around the 1, it looks like. I think that's the 1. Got Steve Castle. See, the 41 comes back up in his path. That basically puts the 1 on his side. And the 51 will come back down in front of the field. That's Steve Blevins. He actually isn't really the main cause of it. I think he's actually fine. 26, I think he's fine. 85 is fine. 21, I think he's fine. That was just that was a bad move from the 11. He was there the whole entire time, which if he is new to iRacing, that it's just something that he'll learn. You got to be listening to that spotter, and if you think you're clear, maybe you're not clear. Give it a little bit, especially this early on. This will send everybody down pit road. We'll probably see a lot of guys use their optional. They'll take the optional damage. They will not use their fast repair. As do not wreck each other going to pit road under caution. That'd be embarrassing. This is a lucky break for 50 of Fennel. He does not go a lap down. That 1 is going to have a fun time getting that car fixed. Yeah, I think his steering was destroyed, so he had to use his fast repair there. They all get off and away now. Carter will take the lead from all of that. He did not pit. must have been at the very, very back. Highest IR in the field is 2302. 2348. That's actually Andrew. Race leader, or not race leader, league owner on the first race. So I don't know. I don't know. You can go to lap. But if I gave them 35 laps, they got 49. That'll get them to 80. Yeah. Yeah, you got to two-stop it here still. Second stop's going to be a lot shorter, though, than in your original one. You will be off and away really, really quickly. If lights have gone off on the pace cars, they have chosen. One of the two. I'm just going to look at something here very, very quickly. I kind of want to see how bad this is. I was an intern for somebody. So not what it is. No? It's weird. Yeah, that's not what I thought it was. Okay, that was something else then. The pace car will pull in here. 37, that's about to wreck each other there if they're not careful. Side drafting before they get to the start-finish line. But they're going to enter the Geico restart zone. Restart zone is way down here at Dega. And the green flag is in the air. We are back underway here now. Get clean off of the start of the second stint, and 37 is going to pull away off the racing surface. So the only thing I can think of right here is he realizes that he's not going to have enough fuel, or he's trying to pit now right on that apron. This is going to be hard for him to drive this. That apron's the devil. Excuse me, good lord. As he'll lose the lead, so that will put the 7 of Austin Norris to the lead instead. Not really. I don't understand why he did that, but it's curious. Everybody's going to follow down to this bottom line. So it's at 30 to 35. I can think of stretching their fuel. And this is somebody who's came as, you know, who's a racer. So I'm trying to think about how much they can extend it. They can probably get 3 extra laps running full pace. If I had to guess on that. That's me guessing, though. I don't know for sure if that's true or not. See what most of these guys will be doing. Yeah, bottom line, they have backed off of their pace, though. I'm going to kind of see, you can see the last lap times there. We got 48, 55, 48, 54, 48, 52, around there. This is their best time now. So they are definitely 5/10 off the pace. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. There goes the 17 and the 48. Hello. The 22, who had just been involved in a wreck, gets in another one. The 85 smokes it, and he has broken his steering. I don't think the 22 has a front end anymore. I think it's ripped off the car. The 26, sorry. I think it's sitting on the track somewhere as he's going to get that car back rolling. But, oh, yeah, that's not destroyed. It's just beat up badly. Someone's front end came flying off the car. And I have no idea who. I think it was the 48. I saw the 17 go around. 48, Matthew. The 26 is the 17 a bump. The 48 gets involved. That was the 26. Whose front end was it? Gosh. It was the 85's front end. That's who it was. He's got the front end and looks like a left fender flying off the car. That was a hard hit for that 85, though. Now, the question is, do you pit? I would do it. I would pit just to be up on the fuel. See if they do it or not. Seven, 8 are looking. Split decision. I would be coming down. Just to be same on fuel with everybody else. But some drivers don't feel the same. Their choice. I'd be doing it, though. Henderson, kick return on first NFL career touch. Oh. I would have came down pit road if I were them. I would have not stayed out. That just seems like a bad option. But they're not going to be that far. Well, we got guys that stayed out lap 14. Guys that pitted lap 21. So 7-lap fuel difference. Which, in all reality, is more like... what would that be? If I had to guess... Probably 5-lap fuel difference, I think, on that. Keep in mind, I said probably, not for sure. In breaking news, Shadur Sanders scored a touchdown in the preseason against third-string backups. Shadur. I don't know. This is crap. Ooh. I believe the lights should go off on the pace car here, so they will get the green flag next time by. Yeah, lights have gone off there, so it will be the 7 and the 89 on the outside, 8, 14, 11, 98, 55, 69, 96, and the 101. And 26 is out of the race. Allen is 1 lap down, I believe. Yes, Allen's 1 lap down. The 48's 1 lap down. Try to get all of his optional fixed. I just got called the 5'5" diva. I'm 5'8" actually. I'm a short person, very short for a guy. I don't care. Deal with it. The pace car will pull off here. The 7 and the 89 will lead them back to green. As the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here now. Need to adjust my iRacing sound because it blow my eardrums out. Give me a minute here. No, sound manager, not that. I wish I could do that. I'll fix it later, whatever. I just need to raise or lower the camera audio more than anything else. So, you'll get about lap. Went to green at lap 24. I'll give them to 54. Oh, gosh. Be pushing it. One more caution, and they might be able to one-stop it after this. I want to see how much they slow down the pace, though. I'm really curious about. I can't count this lap because they weren't up to speed. I want to see what they do when they're full up to speed. So let's see if they run this time. We've got 2 lines formed, so evidently they're not thinking about fuel, which that's only someone who's paranoid about fuel is always thinking about it. That's just how I am, though. They ran 49. If they run a 49 again, that means for sure they are slowing down this pace to one-stop it. I'll leave up the last lap times there on the screen so you can see it. But if they run it again, then that's what they're doing for sure. Hey, Robert, I just now saw your comment in there. Sorry about that. I have my SDK pulled up over this. Think you're gonna go to any games? Because I know I will not be going. Because one, it's too far, and two, I really don't care to watch sports in person sometimes. And you know the third reason that I won't be going, but that's their choice. They can find a way to get their games out and to other people. So that's what they'll find out there later. Okay, so they just picked up the tempo. They're still a second off. 49 to 48. I still think they're saving. It's about a second a lap. That'll give them. I can see like true driver. No, that's not what I want. True throttle input. You can see it down there in the bottom right. I can't tell the throttle. I'm gonna go on board here. We're gonna listen to throttle. He's definitely lifting. I want to go to a guy. He flat out. He's not. He's lift. They're all lifting. So I think they're trying to save. They're trying to stretch it just a little bit longer than everybody else. And we got a caution for a wreck in middle of the pack, and the 50s involved. Hello, Arca Break Weekly. Do not hit each other, please. Terry Fennell. It's not with him, though. It's with the 89. Ryan DeMoulin. As... Hello, you both go for the same spot. Turn each other around, and that's straight into the wall for the 2. Gosh, that 50 nailed it. Got involved last minute with the outside wall. Right here, he's got it missed, and then the 2 comes back up the track, and he just destroys him. He slides all the way down to the apron. Comes to a stop, gets back going. Robert, I can send you. I'll send you the Discord to it. This is the Superspeedway series. I think there's a fee to enter, but it's not a huge one at all. I'll send it to you here. That's how you can get into it. Now here comes the fuel. So I would not be staying out. Again, I'd be pitting. Gonna put all of you. I think you come down and top off again. I'd top off. That puts y'all so close though. You'd be right on it. Would not have a lot to work with. But lap 29, I think they're gonna make it to a good amount. Did not realize that. Fred, I don't know if you might be somebody who's not local to me. Hold on, let me find out. Ooh. Yeah, so Fred, I know Robert from one of my internships. And his son does sim racing, so why he was asking that. Yes, so yes, long story short, yes, he does have a PC. I know he was trying to get triples. And the 7 sped. Good job. I'd just come down and pit again. This is damage fix. Yeah, the 4A's definitely got some more damage. See who comes down and tops off. There goes Jeffrey down pit road. Robert, you don't get local people to race, but you get local-ish people. Like, I know a guy from Bristol, Tennessee that I used to race against, a guy from Danville that I raced against. You don't really get a lot of local guys just because, like, you're not going to get, like, you know, somebody from Carroll County. Carroll County's a county. Like Fancy Gap or something like that. But you'll get people like, you know what I mean distance-wise. Like, they'll be somewhat close to you. But you never get a lot of local people. Only thing I can think of, the guy from Bristol, guy from Galax, Danville, Johnson City, Elizabethton, I think that's one. I think. There's 2 people near me that I know race. They don't race anymore. I think that's all on that. I mean, you could always race me. Don't get me wrong. I will absolutely take you to the cleaners, but that's a different story. Done iRacing before. When did I start doing iRacing? I think 2021. Yeah, it was 2021. And it has gotten horrible. Robert, yeah, I saw that. I used to race for Emory at one point. That was more of a club thing. Like, I used to race collegiately and actually made the playoffs my first year, but oh god, that whole thing was set up just horribly. That was not a good league to be in. That was crappily ran. Yes, but you can get actual scholarships if you're good enough to run in those. So the 98 and the 8 will get the green flag here. We'll talk about that a little bit here as these guys take the green once they get settled down a little bit. I expect it stops around lap 63 to 64. Oh my god. Shadur Sanders sign. Stupid. The 98 will go straight down to the bottom. The 8 will go with him also. See, we do have 2 wide now going around, but going back to that Liberty University, yeah, I know some colleges have them that you can actually get legit scholarships. I know a lot of like UNOH people do it. Steven Wilson for iRacing, which I don't want to go on a rant, but I think that what a lot of, I guess I'll say this, for like iRacing, you know, I try to make it as close as I can to the real thing. I have a sequential and an H pattern shifter. I can just I can switch it with a button and everything. I've got, you know, 3 pedals, all that stuff, and some of those guys are fast, don't get me wrong, but a lot of those guys, they don't race the cars like they should. They use paddle shifters in manual cars that use the H pattern or sequential, and it makes them fast, but that's one thing that I know that I was always struggling with is, you know, I get beat by people that I know have paddle shifters, which absolutely drives me nuts, but that's them. So a lot of those Liberty guys, which there's no sanctions for it or anything like that. I'm just ranting on my own, but I would really love to see some of these guys that are so good at iRacing actually drive the cars like they should without paddle shifters and, you know, go to pure sequential cars, or sequential shifters, sorry. I just hit the pause button. Because they would immediately lose time. But that's just my rant there. But the British person, Chris Goxel, I think Goxel has taken the lead. 707 driving the Ford. Now he will lose that lead there very quickly to the 101 of Brian LaPratt, the 22, who's involved in a wreck earlier. He's worked his way back up here. I mean, and Robert, like, there's nothing wrong with paddle shifters. Like, I understand. Like, you know, some people can't afford paddle shifters, or their sim rig literally cannot take a shifter. I have saw that before, where there's literally no place to put their actual shifter in it. But I mean, I drive a manual in real life, so I'm used to driving a manual overall. But I've got a shifter that will switch from H pattern to sequential with the flick of a button. That thing was expensive though; it was like $600 for that shifter. So it was nuts. I actually need to adjust it to where it stops trying to go out of gear when I do H pattern. So these guys are running pretty close to their fastest lap. Actually, no, they're not. I'm going to pull up my last lap times here. 49s. They're a 10, or not 10, a second off the pace again. I don't know if they're trying to stretch their fuel. I really don't know. I mean, I'm guessing that they are, but at the same time, I have no idea if that's what they're doing. Like, I'm trying to, I want to say yes, but at the same time, I want to say no. At the same time, I don't know because I'm not out there driving like everybody else would be. You're always looking down at your fuel, and it's going to change every lap. You may get, you know, 4 more laps than what you were supposed to, or you may get 3 more laps than what you were supposed to, or you may get 0 more laps than what you're supposed to, or you may get negative laps. It just depends on how you drive. Oh gosh, typical iRacing NASCAR experience. Yeah, but when that's all you do is run super speedways, you kind of get the worst of the worst. But what was I saying? I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was talking about fuel as a 69 almost comes up in front of him. Now this is where I would want to be. I would want to be right here. I do not want to be, this is so loud. I do not want to be up near the front with these guys. I'd stay back here in this group. Save fuel. They could short pit here possibly. I don't know if they will though. They don't wreck each other here in a minute. That 22 was all over the 101. He was swerving, trying to stay squared up with him. He was close. Oh. Also, NFL news. Maurice Norris was taken off on a stretcher. See, they're going to be coming up on a lap car here. We'll be staying high and out of the way. 38. He will go, I believe that's 1 lap down. He's one of the cars that is 1 lap down. He'll have to stay. The first car 1 lap down is a 37. Got a massive run out of nowhere. And he running up on the bumper that 10, so that not 106, the 06. I don't think the 06 has been driven in NASCAR for I don't know how long. I don't think I've ever seen it driven, to be honest with you. See the 707 and 98. Still staying on the bottom. These guys are all the way back here. So who's the 1 lap down? I need to see who's the cars that are close to getting a lap back. If I can even see it. I really don't even know, to be honest with you. So it's the 38, 7, 11, 37, 89. 38 is in front of the 7-Eleven. He's going to get destroyed here in a minute. He's got to fan out and block or do something to stay the first car 1 lap down, but he is on his own. I don't think he's going to be able to do much here. Slow these guys down behind him. They're going to try, as they are switching spots here pretty quickly up front. I don't think that they're doing anything too drastic, though. We'll go on board here. We'll do 1 lap each. Oh, never mind. Hello, Troy. Oh, gosh. The 11 got destroyed from behind. That will bring out another caution. The 50's involved, and the 2 is also. We'll bring out the 4th caution here, 44 laps in. That's on Troy. That is 100% on Troy. Eleven holds his line, holding his line, holding his line, and you are not clear. Gets turned by the, or turns off the nose of the 11. The 2 gets involved, the 50 gets involved. The 11 was an innocent bystander at that time. Oh my gosh, Troy, you were lucky to not get destroyed sliding back down the track here. Look at this. This is what happens at Dega. Your car doesn't stay up there because there's so much banking here. So he's going to start sliding down, and the rest of these guys are coming right at him. And he just gets out of the way in time. You'll see everybody fly by him after that. The 38 just avoids him. He rolls down, gets back going. That could have been horrible. Question is, you will go to a lap. What will we make it to lap-wise now? Hmm. 35 laps. About lap 80? I give him 35 laps, it'll be about lap 80 on that one. Yeah, everybody comes down pit road here at this time. I'm not surprised by that at all. Oh, nope. We got one that stayed out. Good pastor did. Are you kidding me? That is an interesting move there. Stay out. I would have pitted. I would have not stayed out. All right, who comes down and tops off? There we go. There's some more top offs. Now it's actually damage fixed. At 48 is still getting damage fixed. He's still got it from early on in the race. At 11 is going to have to wait, let those guys go by. Who comes down and tops off? No one. Nope. 06 and the 3. Not a bad move by these guys. Not a bad move at all. I believe the lights have gone off. No, they're still on. So I'll go on mute here before these guys take the green flag. The lights are still on the pace car. All right, you see 48 laps done of 94 here. They are past halfway now. Fuel should get them to about lap 80 to 85. As we're going to enter the Geico restart zone. And the green flag is in the air, and we are back underway here. These guys pretty much get fanned out here. They are making 2 lanes so far, so they will be racing each other for these positions. So we'll need to see what they do, how hard they want to race each other. You're going to have to pit at least one more time, but it will not be a long pit stop. It'll be a pretty short one, as Davis, who was just involved in that last incident, already found his way back up front. The 101, he's moving away from everybody else. The 11, the 196, the 6, the 69. All up front. Everybody's basically locked into position now, and they're not, well, nope, they are. They're 2 seconds off the pace. 2 seconds to 1 second off the pace now. They're still, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I can't tell if they're doing this on purpose or not, and it's messing with me so much. Because I keep thinking that they are. At the same time, I don't know. I mean, they're not going to make it on fuel. Go ahead and throw that out the window. That is not happening anytime soon here. I think they're just trying to make this last pit stop as short as they can. That's the only thing I can think of. See what these guys want to do, though. They pick up the pace. They've still slowed it down again. They're still 2 seconds off, and they're not. I want to say that they're not going to be able to just stretch it this far, but at this point, I really don't know. I've got no clue, to be honest with you. I want to say that they can. At the same time, I just don't think it's going to be possible. The 196, the 11, the 14, all up front. We've got an even split, so that would tell me that they're just trying to race like normal. Now, if they were a little bit more organized and being, one line as hello, the 90s or the 6 and the 196 just said, screw this, we're just going to shove each other out as far as we can. Yeah, they just threw that idea out the window. Now they picked up pace again. Now they're running 48. That 6 is going to blow up in a minute. If he's not careful. He has got to explode. My brother in Christ, you were going to blow up that engine here. He's got to be careful. He's going to blow up here if he doesn't stop doing this. I think you realize now. Yeah, he's definitely backed up. I think he got way too high. You can see that gap being formed now. He 100% got way too hot, and he had to back off of that, because he was going to blow up there. Now they're all down to the bottom. Majority are. Sorry, not all. But we'll go on board here, starting... Excuse me. Next lap, we'll do 1 lap each with 5 random drivers here, so we'll kind of see, really hear how their throttle is, being played with. As never mind, we got a caution here as the 7-Eleven is around. Okay, it's a little weird. So the 101 gets into him, no doubt. Gets him loose. He saves it, and I don't think he realizes the 101 is there still. It's kind of odd. I don't know. He doesn't have that bad of damage, though. Oh, gosh, just throws it. Oh, Lord. Oh, fuel strategy. So we've got... You're going to be so close on fuel. I think you come down. I'd almost come down again and top off. That's what I would almost do, because you were going to be right on the freaking mark. And I mean right on it. You will not have any to spare. Unless there's more cautions, that is. Unless more cautions happen, there is a chance that they will be able to stretch it a lot further than what they were supposed to. Ecker stays out. I would have not stayed out. Everybody else besides Carter. And I think Carter needs a lap back. Yes, he does. He's getting a lucky dog. That's going to be full of fuel. I'm not surprised it got fuel on that. These AI, like, Facebook accounts are getting so just out of hand on NASCAR in general. I mean, they are literally covering races from 4 years ago. I mean, it is absolutely nuts. I can't, I don't know. It blows my mind. It really does. Who comes down and tops off here? Did have some people come back down. There we go. There's somebody. The 11 of Blake Davis tops off again. Who else? No one else behind him. And yeah, the penalty for that is going to the longest, or the tail end of the longest line. But it's not like he's going to be out of anything at all. I would have done it, to be honest with you. That's just how I am. See, so these guys will get the green next time by. Oh gosh, I don't. If they lay off for about 4 laps, I think they will be able to get it. I think if they do it for 4 laps, they'll be fine. But that is pushing it still. Have to wait for them to get the Geico restart zone here. The one thing about this track is it takes forever to get back to the start-finish line. See, pace car is off, going to be entering the Geico restart zone here very shortly, as they will enter it now. As the green flag is in the air, we are underway here. You're going to be close on fuel if they stay green to the very end, that is. If they stay green. I do not know if they will or not. So they all get fanned out here pretty quickly. I don't know. I really don't know if they can make it or not. It's just going to be so close. See, evidently, Tef does not get the memo. He just wants to go for it. They ran that's a 53. Hope will come down and get the lead there instead. He's been quiet. I haven't really heard much from him this whole entire race. See if he wants to do anything else from this point. See what they run this time by. They ran at 53. If they're running 49s, then I know that they'll be close to it. I know that's what they'll be trying to do at least. Want to see if that's what they do or not. Run 49s across the board. I don't know. I'm just having to guess. Are they... I can't tell if this is just race pace or if they're just this slow. Or not slow, sorry. If they're just this far off of the pace. Because I really can't tell at this point. Like, it looks like they're not. Because they're not that far off. I'm trying to guess. They ran a 49 again. They've got to be. They've got to be trying to stretch it here. But when they get back to the start-finish line, we'll finally do our 5 laps on board with one random driver each lap. But I'm so torn on if they're slowing down on purpose or not. 'Cause I really cannot tell. We're gonna find out here real soon, though. That's for dang sure. So we'll start that right now here with someone random. I don't know who it's going to be. We'll find out. Uh-oh, we got a caution here, so that's going to change everything. Says Good Pastor has wrecked here, so we will replay what has happened. 4 wide. No, that's a 21 where it starts, and the 6 is just innocent bystander in all of that, it looks like. Yeah, that's just not gonna work. Yeah, the 21 gets tagged and sends the 6 into the wall at a weird angle. I think he actually really should be fine damage-wise. Maybe stuck, though. Does he get back rolling? We'll see. Okay, he does get back rolling. That's good for him. So we should see everybody come down pit road. That'll get them to the very end of the race. We'll just have to see if that's the choice that they make. Let's see, will they come down pit road? And it looks like they will. Everybody's going to be coming down. Yep. Like I said, this should get them to the very end of the race. .48's getting a wave around. These guys that stayed out getting a wave around. They'll come down and they'll pit next time. Yeah, this will get them to the very end. I don't think these guys have to worry about fuel. 48, however, he's got to be getting the wave around, right? Because he's lap 57. You're not making it on fuel, bud. Hate to tell you that, but you are way too short on fuel. Is he getting a wave around? He needs to get a wave around. He does not need to be... I don't think he's going to be able to make it. Oh my gosh, he actually stayed out. Matthew, I don't think you're going to make it, my man. If you do, you are going to be extremely lucky, but I do not think you are making it to the end of this race on that tank. That just seems highly unlikely for you. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. If he does, it's going to be gutsy. Now, if we get more cautions, I could see him doing it, but if we don't, then I don't see why he stayed. This seems like a bold move for him. But the lights have gone off, so they will get the green this time by with 23 to go. Pace car will pull in. 48 stayed out, so I don't think he's going to be able to make it on fuel, but he can prove me wrong here. And the green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Everybody else behind him has fuel to the end. They're not going to have to worry about it, I think. Pretty sure, most likely. But if that 48, close. Gonna be close no matter what. So he has lost the lead there. I think that's honestly the best thing for him is to lose the lead right around here. Save some fuel. And we got a caution. That's going to help me even more. Looks like it is a little bit further back. It's the 11 of... Nope. Who is that? Who's... Steve Blevins. They look the same. Yeah, they're two... Okay, there's a big check up in front of this. So what happens? There's a huge checkup, and he shoots the middle. And he just gets ran over there. The 3, Troy, I think he lost his front bumper, even though he got it back. Ooh, that is destroyed. Look at this steering. Watch this right rear. Look at this tire. It is knocked in and out. Get a better view. Yeah, right there. You can see it's pointing the other direction. That tire is gone. You really can't see it from this view, but there we go. It's a little bit better. You can kind of see it's actually pointing at the camera. I guarantee you he's crab walking this thing. Let's go on board with him. You can see he's having to pull it to the left to keep it going straight. Don't think we'll see anybody come down pit road. I think they're all going to stay out. Nope. People came. The 48 came down. That's interesting to see people come down pit road. I wouldn't think that they'd come down pit road, but evidently they feel like they need to, so that's kind of gutsy for them. See, the 11, he is off and away, and everybody else, this will be maybe damage fixed. Fuel. If you have damage, late in the race, just go ahead and get it fixed. Might as well. And the freaking Patriots are blowing out the Redskins. Good lord, you're absolutely destroying them. Side note is... Yep, Chainbang Gisbergen is running the race tomorrow. Who would have guessed? Me. I'm gonna parlay him. Sucks. Those selections cannot be parlayed. Yes, there's really nothing that can be broken down from this right now, but if I had to guess, they're gonna stay. Everybody's staying out now. You're not coming down pit road unless you need to pop a fast repair. Uh, hmm. The lights are going off on the pace car this time by. They'll get the green flag with 19 to go. And they'll take the green. The lights have gone off now, so that will be interesting to see what moves are made from this point onward. It looks like it's gotten a little bit brighter at the track again. Got a little bit dim, so maybe we had a little bit of an overcast there. Broke up the cloud cover that we had the whole time. Apparently there was a fight preseason. Interesting. I don't know why fight in the preseason. I get they're in the game, like, actual season, but it's preseason. That shows that you're just stupid. And 19 to go. Gonna be gutsy. See, pace car will pull in here. Hoke and Jesse Fox make up the front row. And enter the Geico restart zone here. 20 laps left as the green flag is in the air. We are back underway here. A lot of positions being changed just on my end, but that really doesn't matter right here, right now. I think that they might be a little bit calmer until about lap 10, possibly. And after that, you need to, just lose your brain after that point. You can do whatever you want. That middle, or that upper line has formed up a little bit, but they're not getting too big of a run. That's almost how you turn somebody right there. Nelson got away with almost hooking the 69 of Jesse Fox because Jesse was headed towards that inside wall. Lucky he did not wreck him because he was about to. The 55 of Hoke still out front. You see Hoke up front a lot. The Racers Elite. Looks like everybody's on that bottom line, and they're pretty content with that too at the moment. So I'm not surprised by that. That top line is breaking up now. They are not formed up at all. Keep an eye on Hoke and see if they do try to make a move on him. Got a caution out here again. This is in the back. It's around the 92 of Timothy Yisbrin. The 196 is around. I don't think I just hit my Steam overlay. I don't think that there's a lot of damage between the two, though. I was looking more at Hope while that was going on, and this driver's pushing, swipes him, gets the 14 involved. 14 hits pretty hard. Wow. It's a lot harder hits than what I thought. Oh my gosh. It flips the car upside down, comes on all fours. That's just guys pushing hard, trying to get all they can. Yeah, I'm not surprised he doesn't have a front end. I don't know how the 196 still has a hood. He has actually entered pit lane. That should get us the green at lap 13. Thinking. Some more people come down pit road here. Yeah, the 14, not surprised. 50 has some damage. The other guys, though, a little bit curious as to why they've actually... Nope. I see why the rest of them have come down. 92 evidently has to come down because he doesn't have a front end. But a lot of these other guys, this is just fuel top off. It just... I don't know why you come down and top off here. That just seems like it's unnecessary. He pops his fast repair and he is off and away. So these guys will get the green, I think, about lap 13, but I will go on mute until then before these guys get the green flag again. see, lights have gone off on the pace car here. They will get the green flag with 13 to go. You know, the Geico restart zone. And the green flag is in the air. We are back underway here. Now with these guys, none of them are having to worry about fuel, nothing like that. With 13 to go, this is just basically foot to the floor and maybe lift a little bit, maybe not, to let somebody in. Kind of where you got to make the choice of, do you want to push the issue. Some guys will be more willing to do it than others. We got another caution here as the 196 again, who had just been down pit road. Nelson involved in another incident. Ew. I don't know if not gonna put that on the 196. That looks like Haas hooked him, but I don't. Actually, hold on. He definitely came up into the rear of the 196. It looks bad, but at the same time, I want to give Haas the benefit of the doubt from that. Does he save it? Yes, he does. I don't. I can't say that he did it on purpose. It looks horrible. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not completely sure about that. Definitely does look bad though. I don't think anybody will be coming down pit road here. Everybody's good on fuel. Only people that you'll see pit are coming down for damage fix. There's really not too much to be looking forward to at that. Not been a bad race overall though, but it's kind of hard to kind of think of stuff during these caution laps. We've had really 2 quick cautions though, so they really haven't had a chance to get back to green to see how that would go. Again, it is 10 to go. They will get it with 8 laps left, I believe. What I think it will be. The lights will go off on the pace car this time by, I think. Oh, I want to actually figure this out. Oh my god. I'm gonna look at this for real. Very good. That's what I thought. Everybody's freaking out about stuff in the world. You always gotta ask yourself, is it real or not? What in the world just... Who was that? Who was that? Is that Matthew? Who was that? I don't know if y'all saw it. Was that Barry? Yeah, that I don't know what just happened there. I don't. Okay, that's odd to see. The lights are going off on, or they're off on the pace car here, getting ready to pull off the field. Not off the field, off the track. As the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here. Eight laps to go. It's going to even pick up more intensity-wise. Do not expect this to be the last caution. The 8 of Ecker gets a good shove out front. The 41 is barely clear. He's going to jump down in front just in time. That was a gutsy call. Gutsy move by him to do that. Teff has hopped up in that high line. Got the 707 shoving him. Teff, who won the first race, is looking for his second win here in a row. If he can get that, then that will be a big benefit to him. The H still trying to block both lanes. You can block them once, but you can't. Or you can block one, you can't block them all. It'll be gutsy to do all that. As the 7's gotten a good run to the outside, north to the lead with 6 to go. How long can he stay out front is the question. The 7, he's going to try to block Teft. Just can't do really much to hold everybody off. As we got a wreck behind, this is going to be another big one here. As cars scatter across the start-finish line. Happen coming through the tribal. Most of them get back rolling, though. Starts with the 37, gets up into the 10, and then it's basically on from there. Everybody just piles in from that point. The 13 basically just comes to a complete stop so he doesn't hit anybody. That's a smart move by him. But that will get Austin Norris the lead. And this will bring us to, I think, an unofficial green-white checkered as Fox has jumped to the pits. Don't think we'll see anybody come down pit road. I think they'll all be staying out. As, yep, nobody will come down pit road unless it's just damage. That'll be further in the back. Yeah, this will be a green-white checkered attempt. To wait for them to get the one to go here, so I'll go on mute again. So you see the lights have gone off, so that will bring Norris, Ecker, Teft, Goodpaster, Davis, Marcus, Hoke, LaPratt, Nail, and Goxel, your top 10 drivers. Teft going for his second in a row. If he can do that, that'll definitely put him higher on playoff list at least. Again, he won the first race in this series, in the Superspeedway series, that is. This will be a green-white checkered attempt. I think it's an official one, though. No, it is an official one. And this is one of how many? I just need to look real quick. I can't see. No idea, but it doesn't tell me. For some reason. See, pace car pulls in here. Norris and Ecker, your front row. As the green flag is in the air, and we are back underway here. See, once they get the white flag, the next flag will end the race. Ecker will hop out to a little bit of a lead here in front of Norris. Teft behind the 7. Teft will try to make a move here, most likely coming out of 4 on the final lap. He just wants to get to that white flag. That's all he really cares about right now at this moment. And white flag, next flag will end it for them. White flag is in the air one more time around here. And where is the 6 came from? The 3rd lane has just shot out of a rocket. They've got the 11 pushing him, getting him all the way up there. He has gone to the lead. See what Hoke does. Hoke will put him 3 wide again. They're not done being 3 wide here. The 7 on the bottom. The 6 going to try to block that top lane. And it will spin Hoke behind. We're going to stay green, though, as the big one will happen behind them. Going to be between these 3 cars. Oh, this might be heaven sent for Teft here. Teft, if he needs to back up to the 6 of Goodpaster. Yep, there he goes. He's going to lay off here. That's what Teft needs to do. Can the 6 get a big enough of a run, though? I don't think he can. This might be Norris's race to lose. Teft going to be going to the trial. We're going to be looking high, but he just does not have a run on the 7 at all. Coming to the start-finish line, it will be Austin Norris, Andrew Teft 2nd and 3rd, Jeffrey Goodpaster. I don't know where in the world that 6 came from. He shot out of a cannon that last lap coming to the white flag. But Norris comes from 18th to take home the win here at Dega. Morgantown, Kentucky driver. We'll watch him do his burnout here. I don't know where in the world he came from. A little bit of a celebratory bump there by Teft. That was still completely out of left field, basically. What the was that? Was that 2 cars, or were my eyes just okay? And they weren't. Interesting. I don't know why he's doing a burnout, but okay. That was one of the weirdest things I have seen. I don't know what that was. pull up the finishing order here, though. Bring in the third place driver in Jeffrey Goodpaster. Let me bring him in now. Hey, Jeffrey, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Hey, Bryce, how are you?
Man, so you come home third. You qualified 28th. How did the race go for you overall, though, man? Because it seemed like you made a good run there towards the end.
Just being at the right spot at the right time, finding the right help. I'm glad Blake was there at the end. He was a big help right there at that last finish. But other than that, it was just all be about at the right spot at the right time, being there at the end.
I was gonna say, so what was going through your head really that last lap? Because you came out of nowhere in that third lane where you were just absolutely flying.
With these cars on that third lane, you can get a massive run. Depending on who's with you, if you got like 4 or 5 cars, boom, side drafting, you got it.
Yeah, I was so focused on the bottom through the bottom lane, then the middle lane, then here you come out of nowhere, and I was like, I don't know where he came from, but I mean, you evidently you made a really good push there towards the end, but how was the racing from your point of view? This being the second race of the season, and of course, it being a Dega, it's going to be hectic.
Dega is going to be Dega. That's all I could say. It's a lot of room, but definitely a lot of side drafting going on, and pretty much you just have to be there at the end in order to finish.
Yeah, it's definitely it's Talladega. That's how super speedways go, and either you love them or hate them. But how does this set up the rest of the season for you, coming home second in only the second race of the season?
Uh, Definitely a boost of confidence going into the next race. Pretty much just gonna put my eyes forward and go from take tonight's momentum and take it on to the next.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Shout out to Amazon, my employer. I love it. The pant scheme is fantastic. And my wife wouldn't be able to do this without her. And shout out to Andrew Tuft, the owner of this league. And without him, I probably wouldn't be here.
And well, I will let you go. Good job coming home third tonight, man.
Thank you, Bryce.
That was Jeffrey Goodpaster. We will bring in the second place driver in Andrew Teft. Hey, Andrew, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so you win last week and you come home just short, but how did the race go for you overall, though, man? Even though you were just one spot short than what you were last week.
Uh, I was just kind of trying to stay out of trouble and keep it up front and hope everything that happened kind of happened behind me, and it sort of did for the most part. Kind of played the same strategy as last week, pitted as soon as I possibly could, and just stayed out the rest of the way and hope for the best. Finally got a good jump on that last restart, and I wanted to make a move on Austin there, maybe grab his right rear, but I couldn't really get around with nobody behind me. So, but yeah, congrats to him. I think he's a first-time winner, so that's awesome. Always fun seeing that.
And so you qualified ninth in this race, so you didn't qualify bad at all. But how was the racing from your point of view? It being the second race of the season, and Dega being Dega, it's going to be hectic no matter what.
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of your question.
And so, oh crap, I even forgot myself. So you qualified ninth. How was the racing from your point of view, with it only being the second race of the season and it also being Talladega, which is known for just pure chaos all the time?
This car is a little, I don't know, sporty. You get really great runs, but it's not always clear what you should do with them. And I think you've got a lot of power, and I don't know. It's just this car is just sort of asking for it, the way it can close gaps so easily. We were running 200 half throttle, and all it takes is to finally get in at full throttle, and you're flying. it's really peculiar about how many cars are in the pack. Like, even though I could get a huge run, I couldn't really do much at the end there because I just didn't have the help behind me. But it depends on the car, really. As far as the rest of the season goes, we got a pretty big mixture of tracks and car combinations coming up. Xfinity cars, trucks, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, just I think some weeks are going to be a little cleaner than others.
So what was going through your head, that last lap, really coming out of 3 and 4 there, because you were kind of in a weird spot. You couldn't back up to Jeffrey in time, but you also were right behind Norris, but it just didn't work out there at the end for you.
Yeah, I was in a similar situation once, actually, during our Daytona 500 race, or it might have been Talladega, but one of our full-length races earlier this year where something similar happened at the end, and the person in second just pushed me way out and bailed on me at the last second, and I was just helpless, and he went on to win the race. So yeah, my goal was just at that point, it didn't make sense to back up to the guy behind me because he was kind of far. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to push him out far enough from the guys behind us, and then side draft his right rear and pull him back, and hopefully get him to the line, but just couldn't materialize that run.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank our servicemen and women, and you for helping out in the booth. Everybody tunes in to watch, shows up to race. I want to thank my team, friends, family, and Family Traditions RV Rentals. I want to thank Speed Zone Race Control, who helps out with our officiating, and KS Designs, who helps out with a lot of our paints. And if you're interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. You can find all of our info there, standings, schedules, the whole 9 yards. And just congrats again to Austin. Always love seeing first-time winners.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good job coming home second tonight, man.
Thanks.
We'll bring in the race winner and Austin Norris. Hey, Austin, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Man, so you come home with the win. You qualified 18th. So, how'd the race go for you overall, though, man? Because it seemed like you made a good run there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really good at qualifying at plate track, so I typically start mid-pack, but I mean, you just got to be patient and kind of follow the other guys through. A couple of cautions put me towards the front, and I mean, with Andrew behind you, I think you got a pretty good shot as long as he doesn't leave you. So
Yeah, definitely. It's so hard. It's hard to race these cars, but how was this race from your point of view? With it being the second race of the season, and of course it just being Talladega, because Talladega is just Talladega. It's hectic overall.
I mean, these Gen 6s, they're so draft dependent. So if you don't have 2 or 3 cars, you're really not going to go anywhere, and that's the problem. Side draft does a little bit, but I mean, it's still nothing compared to the next gens or even the trucks. So I mean, it is the second week in the league. I mean, there's still a few more cautions than I think any of us would have liked to see. But I mean, besides that, it seems pretty solid.
Yeah, I haven't driven these cars in a while. I mean, I'm somebody who likes the next gens, but there's also issues with them. But that's one thing that I do remember with these cars is they are so air reliant to get in a run. Like once you get out of the throttle, you basically just
It dies.
You don't build that run up for another 3 or 4 laps. But what was going through your head really those last 2 laps? Especially seeing the big one happen behind you, and then knowing that Teft could have possibly left you, out hanging there at the end, but he just wasn't able to back up to the 6 in time.
Well, it's like I was telling him a minute ago. I mean, if he was in third, I was starting on the bottom. If he was in fourth, I was going to go to the top for the restart. So, I mean, I knew the whole time that I had a push coming. We were going to be, I was going to be in it for a shot at it. And like I told him too, I seen him back off in 3 and 4, and I thought he was going to get the run to get me, but he ended up staying behind. And I mean, like you said, I mean, these cars are so draft dependent. So, I mean, once you pull out of line, you don't have nothing. So I knew that he had to be on my bumper when he went around, and he just couldn't get there.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking that he was going to back up, but I think if he really would have had, one more turn, I think you would have been in a really bad position. But luckily, when it happened, you were already down the backstretch, and it was going to 3 and 4, so he couldn't do anything to get back to him. But Before I let you go, or actually, no, let me ask you one more question before that. So, how does this set the tone for the rest of the season for you, knowing that this is only the second race in?
Well, that's what I was telling Andrew a minute ago. I've ran the Friday night lead or Friday night free races for I think 10 or 11 weeks now, and the best I was able to do is get third once. Most of the time, I have horrible luck. So coming into tonight or leaving tonight rather, with a win, get you in the playoffs. The rest of the weeks are just going to be obviously you want to finish good, but it's not you don't have the stress on your back of trying to get a win to guarantee it.
Yeah, it definitely just lets you relax a lot. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, for sure. First I want to thank my wife. She kind of tolerates me doing this 5 or 6 nights a week, so you know grateful for that. My teammates and Daniel Jackson and Stephen Blevin, Sky Motorsports. They were calling out from behind me. What was going on. I didn't even know. I didn't even see the wreck, to be honest. I was looking out the windshield, and I think my boss might have tuned in tonight. So shout out Logan. That's kind of cool.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Yes, sir. I do appreciate it.
It's Austin Norris, the race winner. Not a bad race overall. You can see the finishing order right here. I'll go down to the very, very bottom of it. It was Dega for sure, but it wasn't too bad overall. Towards the end, there was definitely some wrecks that happened, but I will be back on Friday. They'll be at, where are they gonna be? Crap. I need to look at the schedule. I don't even have that myself. That's my bad. Where is it at? Yes, so that they will be at Atlanta in the Xfinity cars, 130 laps, the 15th. But I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. I will let you all go.